What's up? What's up? What's up? Good evening, look, my draft sickos. Digital Adel's your host here at Hoops Profile, and we're going to be discussing the Sports Illustrated's latest mock draft, the Stephon Castle news. We're going to be talking about Bronny James staying in the draft. Anything else you want to talk draft related, we're going to discuss as well. So don't be shy. Put your questions in the chat. Emotes in the chat. Use your badges if you're a channel member, so people know that you're here. Appreciate you. Big shout out to our newest subscribers. B, welcome. Appreciate you for subscribing. Ricky, appreciate you. All the support. Definitely appreciate all the support. Brian Reddy, definitely appreciate you. Our latest channel member, we're up to 13. We're flying. Channel members just started. You get exclusive access to our video content before it goes out to the public. I don't know how to pronounce this name. Thank you for subscribing. Nat Sagorja Boldstream. I butchered that name. Woo! My apologies. Lakers, ex-Commanders, thank you for subscribing. Javier, Dennis, Pandemonium Films, Irv, Regdala, appreciate you. That's big support. I appreciate all of it. Let's get right into the mock draft. Please do not, V21 in the chat, his first comment of this thing is please do not mark Carter to the Miami Heat. Devin Carter, we're talking about, people. He does not want Devin Carter to the Miami Heat. I see you. Let's get a poll question going up here. We'll start a poll question. Should the Miami Heat draft Devin Carter? Yes or no? All right, cool. So our poll question's up there. Hey, what's up, Zobster? How you doing? Did you miss anything? No, we just got started. I've just been shouting out our channel members and our subscribers. Matter of fact, let me get our newest channel member up here. His name, I want to shout him out. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. He is Macaru. Macaru is our latest subscriber at the role player level. Appreciate you. Always will give you a shout out whenever you become a channel member. I appreciate all the support. You're a Devin Carter hater? I hear you, Will Reed. I'm not a Devin Carter hater, but he definitely has limitations. Speaking of, we have currently over 700 subscribers on YouTube, but we only have 7 channel members on playback.tv. Now, the reason I mention playback.tv, it's free for y'all, doesn't cost you a dime, and I go through full games of prospects. We did Devin Carter 4 days ago. We did Keller Ware 1 week ago. And we're going to do the NBA Combine in full coming up here in the next week. So it's free, and we go through an entire game of a prospect. So there's 700 of you on YouTube. I need you to get here on Playback as well if you want to be there for those live breakdowns. It doesn't cost you a dime. When are you going to do Nikola Topic? It's very difficult for me to do Nikola Topic because he's only had a handful of games at the higher levels in the EuroLeague, and I haven't been able to get those. And for those that don't know, FIBA will ban my videos on YouTube. They did so with Sulawan. Whenever I did my Sulawan video, they blocked me from putting it up. FIBA does not like me. They do not like me. Let's check in on that poll. 50% of you think the Miami Heat should draft Devin Carter. The other 50% say no. He's a very polarizing prospect. So go to playback.tv/hoops profile. You can see an hour-long breakdown of my view on Devin Carter, not just my video that I have on YouTube. But let's get into this mock draft real quick. We got tons of time, tons of things to talk about tonight. Let's talk about the Atlanta Hawks taking Alex Sarr. I think he's the consensus #1 overall pick no matter how you look at it. Because of his size, length, and shooting ability, I can't really see how Sarr's not going to go #1. We got a new question coming in from Zobster. How do you get tape on international guys, specifically Pacome, Clintman, and to a lesser extent, I can't pronounce that last name. I haven't broke down that guy yet, but I get subscriptions to EuroLeague Pass and the NBL, and I watch their games. Can I link it in the chat? I sure can link it in the chat for you, man. That's a good call out, Jamal. Good call out. I'm slacking. So that's my playback link if you want to subscribe to that so we can watch these prospects for full games, and we'll go over that. We're going to continue to build this thing out as we go along. Just a little bit about me. I've worked in corporate America for a very long time, and I'm trying to transition my way out of that. I played basketball in high school, lower levels of college. I've always played every day, pretty much 3 days a week to 5 days a week, even after college. So I've always been around the game. I've played in adult leagues. I've coached youth leagues, and I've coached adult leagues as well. I was in a car accident a few years ago, so I had to do something different for my basketball fix. And that has been this podcast / YouTube channel / draft analysis. So I've done this for a very long time, and I analyze people for a living. So this is not new to me. Every single mock draft has Carter going to Miami. Not every mock draft. I mean, Collier also gets mocked to Miami a lot. But I have my own preferences since I'm a big Miami Heat guy. Shout out to the 5 Reasons Sports guys. There's a Discord for Miami Heat fans. Ethan Skolnick put that together. He's a local reporter down here in Miami. Awesome group if you love the Miami Heat. Let's see. You think Carter is a bottom of the first rounder? I think he has offensive limitations, so I think he could go bottom of the first round. However, he's flying, quote-unquote, up draft boards, according to the media, because he's got a good vertical and all that. I don't see it, but I don't think he's going to go lower than 20. I don't think he's going to go outside the top 20. Yeah, Carter's a second rounder to UV21. Yeah, I mean, it is a weaker draft per se, but that's only when you talk about generational talents. There's not really a generational talent in this draft. There's a lot of good, solid players that can help you, and there's a few dynamic scorers and dynamic players in that top 10. You would prefer Keyshawn George to Carter? You're not going to like me, Will Reed. You're not going to like me at all, because me and Keyshawn George have a problem. I think he should have went back to school. He is a 3-point shooter only at this point. You're not a scout. You're just guessing. You're funny, man. I like it. Guru's son. This draft sucks. Don't understand why Caravan went back to school. Again, you guys are really underestimating this draft. There's going to be a lot of good players that come out of this draft, and a lot of players are going to help teams win. Just because they're not generational talents doesn't mean it's a bad draft. Do you think Duršić is a first rounder? I love Duršić's game. His defense is not up to par. You can see my video. My latest video is on Duršić. His defense isn't up to par, but man, can he score. He's going to be a great offensive weapon off somebody's bench. Yeah, I agree, Jamal. He did need to go back to school. Shireman at 15. Shireman will go in the second round. He's not going in the first round. The bad draft is kind of lazy. I wouldn't say it's lazy, Jamal. I would say it's just that people don't have a lot of time to study these players like I do. And the fact that you have to dig into the tape to realize the potential of this draft, just a casual person isn't going to be able to do that. I don't know why you said Keisha and George. You meant Kevin McCullough? Oh, McCullough. I got you. I know. I understand. Yeah, McCullough can play. The problem I have with McCullough is he's been so injured lately. I don't really know what I'm getting over a long period of time. I do need to do a breakdown on him and isolate him. That's a good call, though. It's just hard to tell. That's my problem with Nikola Topic. Nikola Topic has all the traits to be a dynamic and great player, but you haven't seen him play very many games. How high do you go on Topic? Man, we got a lot of Miami guys in here. I love it. Shout out to the Miami guys out here. Yo, I appreciate you. Yeah, Miami needs a 3-and-D guy. I mean, that's where Tristan Da Silva comes in, V21. Tristan Da Silva is a great pick at 15 because of how big he is. You know, he's 6'8". He's got that wingspan. He can shoot the rock. Oh, man, Guru. You said Stephon Castle's overrated? You are wildin', my friend. I love Steph Castle's game, man. Love his game. I don't think he's overhyped at all. I think he's one of the best talents in this entire draft. McCullers kind of reminds you of DeJounte Murray. Man, DeJounte's huge, though. DeJounte's like 6'7". He's got like pterodactyl wingspan. Like, he's got like a 7-foot wingspan or something crazy. No, San Fran's Topic is definitely top 10. He's definitely a top 10 talent. My question is, if you were the GM and your job is on the line, how do you trust that when he's only played like 4 games against the top leagues in Europe? You think the Silva's like Nikola Jovic? I don't think he is at all. I think he's completely different. I mean, Jovic is 6'10". He's a 3-point shooter that's really fast, but he has no handle. Yeah, I like Furphy. People are sleeping on Furphy. Furphy will dunk on your head. I don't think people realize how bouncy Furphy can be. Didn't like Garland? Yeah, I hear you. That didn't stop anyone from drafting Jovic. No, I'm not saying that though, San Fran. I'm not against Topic. I love Topic's game. I think how he reads the game is special. I think how he plays the game is special. I'm just talking about his injury history that he's accumulating and the lack of reps. Where do you see Edey going? Man, Zach Edey doesn't leave the paint. Zach Edey doesn't leave the paint. He never goes past the foul line. I don't know how he's going to get minutes in the modern day NBA. He's going to play 15 or 20 minutes per game. He's going to get run off the floor. No, I get what you're saying for sure. At 18 years old, what Topic's been doing, it's amazing. It's amazing. Edey will be a late first rounder. I agree. I think somebody's going to take a chance on that size. Here, let me bring this up for y'all real quick. This is the draft combine stats. I went over these before. But if you go and look at Edey, he's 7'4", without shoes on. He's 7'4", and he's got a 7'10" wingspan. It's the biggest wingspan in the entire draft. He's got the biggest hands in the entire draft. He's got the longest standing reach in the entire draft. Jamal, I'm going to release my mock draft 1 week from the draft. Y'all have to excuse me. I had to sneeze. The pollen down here in Florida is no joke, man. Allergies are crazy right now. Why is Shireman flying up boards? Did he have a good combine? He did have a very good first day of the combine. Like I said, we're going to go over all 4 combine games on playback coming up soon. So like I said, don't forget to subscribe to that. The link is up earlier there in the chat. Let's take a look at this poll question. We've got some movement. On 9 votes, 67% want Devin Carter. That's crazy. I understand it, though. He's the son of Anthony Carter, who's an assistant coach for the Miami Heat. So I get it. I get it. All right, let's get back to this mock draft, shall we? By Sports Illustrated. I buy into Jared McCain. And I'll tell you why. Jared McCain can flat out shoot and score the ball, and he's got more playmaking ability than what he showed at Duke. Bub's a bucket, but there's some things he's got to clean up. I got to do a video on Bub. Bub's got to get better at his stop and start. He's got to finish better. His catch and shoot threes he's got to get better with, but his pull-up jump shooting is money. I like Bub as well, but McCain's that dude, man. McCain can really shoot the rock. He can really shoot it. And like I said, he's a lot more twitchy than you realize. There's going to be a lot more playmaking out of the pick and roll McCain can show at the NBA level. As a Wizards fan, if we get on Kling, I would just want us to trade back. Yo, I love Donovan Clingan, though. I like Clingan way better than Edey. Here, I don't know if you saw this, but Kling's standing reach is the same as Edey. He has a slightly lower wingspan, but he's just as big. 282 pounds, 7'2". Kling is no slouch, man. Don't sleep on Donovan Clingan. What do I think about Dursich? Did you watch any of them? Guru, I got a video on him, man. On my YouTube channel. Go to Hoops profile that you're on YouTube. Where you're at right now. Look up the content. You can go to the playlist of 2024 NBA Draft. And you can see all the guys I broke down there, Gurus. No, I get what you're saying. Not at the second overall pick. So, the thing is, if he's your guy, though, I say you just go and get your guy. Don't get cute with it. Someone's going to snap up Kling. Ryan Dunn, man. Ryan Dunn's so intriguing because he could be a great asset on a championship team if he can hit the corner three. But his shot is so bad that I don't see that happening. But he's an elite defender. Him and Devin Carter may be the best 2 defenders in the entire draft. Him, Stephon Castle. So Stefon Castle, Devin Carter, and Ryan Dunn may be the 3 best defenders in the entire draft. The Houston Rockets taking Zachary Razasher. I love this kid's game. I don't know if you've seen lately, but in Europe, he's killing it in Europe, man. He has been going off. Multiple 20-point games, filling up the stat sheet every night. Yeah, Ryan Dunn's a first round pick. He's a late first round pick, for sure. In this draft. Next year's draft, he would have been a second rounder because he can't score. All right, so let's put up a poll. I'm going to put up a poll on Nikola topic. I want you guys' thoughts on this. would you draft Topic at number 4 overall? Yes or no? Put it on the board.
He's on fire! He's heating up!
Pulls up, three-pointer. Bang!
I don't see Houston wasting wing unless they plan on moving one they already have. No, I can agree with that, man. Houston really doesn't need any more wings, but he's so dynamic and Kling is already off the board. If Kling's already off the board, you just make yourself better. Next best player available, you know? If Zach is there at 3, you take him. Don't overthink it. You can't overthink that. Somebody can always be flipped in a trade later. You either have to have extreme job security or you have to be really confident in what you can see in those 4 to 6 games. Yeah, I agree, man. I just need more information. Sitting here, not being able to be around him, not being able to talk to his coaches. I just have such a hard time pulling the trigger at 4 when he's only played 3 or 4 games. I have a hard time doing that myself if my job was on the line, you know? If Dillingham's there at 4, I got a very interesting nugget of information for you, San Fran. Very interesting nugget on Rob Dillingham. All right. Rob Dillingham is one of the smallest players in this draft. Dillingham is 6'1" with shoes on. Or not with shoes on, without shoes. He's 6'1". He's also one of the lightest players in the entire draft. Matter of fact, he's probably the lightest player in the entire draft. He's only 164 pounds. Rob Dillingham has one of the smallest wingspans in the entire class. Dillingham has one of the shortest standing reaches in the entire class. Dillingham has one of the smallest hands in the entire draft, if not the smallest. I love Dillingham's game, but his measurables scare the living daylights out of me. I want to show you why. I want to show you these guys that are only 160 pounds with small hands. They very rarely hit. They very rarely hit. That's the 2023 class. This is the 2022 class. You got Smith again. You got Keon Ellis, Montero. They all have small hands and they're only 160 pounds. That's tough. It's very hard to hit being that size. Abrams, DJ Stewart, Bones Highland. Bones hit though, but Bones have bigger hands. I mean, but Dill can score. He can flat out put the ball in the bucket. He's really fast, but he needs to change speeds better. But do you see this trend I'm showing? You're not seeing very many all-stars that are under 170 pounds and have tiny hands. They just don't make them. Even Allen Iverson had big hands. It's just going to be very difficult, man. No, he does not have a lot of Steph Curry in him, to me, San Fran. I don't see that comparison at all. Steph is a legit 6'3". He's a lot bigger. And he weighs a lot more. Trae Young was 177 pounds, and Trae Young is tiny. Dillingham's 164. with smaller hands and shorter. You see where I'm going with this? So the Pistons take Dillingham. Pistons, yeah, I'm not a big Trae Young fan either. I hear you. You know, Corbin, that's a great question. I haven't made these in the podcast yet. Maybe I should start doing that, but I've only been saving them as live streams you can watch back as videos. So you will be able to watch this back on YouTube. I think it takes Castle at 8. Yeah, man. If Castle's no, but if Portland takes him at 7, you can't take him at 8. But I would love to see him in San Antonio with that length. Him and Wemby. Wow. Yeah, Dalton Connect, man. He's a straight bucket getter. And he'll dunk on your head. Don't get it twisted there. He will tip dunk right back on your head. Let's check in on this poll question. All right. So on the poll, would you draft topic number 4 overall? 50% said yes, 43% said no. Interesting. I appreciate everybody, man. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. We've got over 700 subscribers, and we're growing every day. One thing, too, is if you want to become a channel member, you can. If you want to support me, I appreciate all levels of support. You get access to special badges and emotes in the chat. You also get access to the content at any level right now. You get that for any level before it goes public. So the Dershich video, channel members had that thing for like a week prior to it going public. So don't forget, if anybody gifts you a membership, don't forget to thank them. Memberships are hard to come by, but like I said, I appreciate all the support. Give me a second, I got a sip of water right quick. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to throw in 5 gifted in the chat right now, so make sure you put gifted aloud so you can accept the gifted memberships if you get one. Give me 1 second, I'll get that set up for you. Give me 2 seconds. I'll get that set up. We're back. Remember, I'm a one-man band, so I'm the sound check guy, I'm the video guy, I'm the audio engineer. I do everything, so appreciate your patience while I get this all set up for you. And there you go. Man, he's got some gifted. Davion. Keem. Appreciate you. So once a month, we drop gifted in the chat as well. If you ever want to bless somebody and drop a gifted, or you want to super chat me, don't forget you can do that as well. Let's get back into the draft. So back to the draft. I mean, Matas Buzelis is a very interesting player for the fact that everybody on that G League Ignite team had a terrible, terrible time. Very, very difficult time. He didn't shoot the ball particularly well, even though he has good form. He's more athletic than you think as well. He needs to get a lot stronger, though, but he's super young. I got a new poll question for you, too. Is Matas good? Yes or no? Put it on the poll. All right, Cody Williams, man. Cody Williams has so much talent. People don't understand that he's actually a really good three-point shooter. He shot over 40%. It was only on 1.7 attempts, but still, that quality shooting is going to be able to translate in the league. He's got great length as well. Where's his wingspan, man? Cody. Here, let's do it. Let's sort by player. There's Cody. He's got a 7'1" wingspan, man. Yeah, everybody on that G League team was terrible. Even Ronald Holland. Ronald Holland makes some terrible decisions. I don't know if y'all noticed, but he will throw passes into the fourth row. Dalton Connect going to the Chicago Bulls at 11? Yo. That's a good pickup for Chicago. Sulawan to Oak. Man, if y'all let OKC get Sulawan, y'all are in trouble. He's such a high energy guy that can hit threes. He'll fit right in on that team with all those switchable defensive parts. Oh my goodness. He's just a ball of electricity, dude. His motor never stops. Never, ever stops. And there's that man that everybody keeps talking about, Devin Carter, to the Sacramento Kings. How are you going to play him and Davion Mitchell off the bench together? That's my question. Sacramento would actually have a really nasty defensive bench. You'd have Keon Johnson, Devin Carter, and Davion Mitchell coming off your bench. You don't want to see my thoughts on Kello Ware, Will Reed. I did a whole film room on him a week ago on playback.tv. The guy does not try to get himself from not being boxed out. He literally just stands there. We went through this whole playback session. I went through this whole game. He literally just gets boxed out. Just stands there. I'm not lying to you, man. I'd never do that. He literally just stands there. Allows himself to be boxed out. Yeah, I feel you there. Davion probably isn't. You're exactly right, man. He plays with no energy. That's right. He doesn't play with inner energy at all, V21. I mean, this is a very split group, man. 50% of you think Matas is good. 50% of you don't. Yves Misi. Man, do I love that prospect. Yves Missi, to me, man, he's going to have such a good NBA career. He's just scratching the surface of his potential. For a big man at his size to be able to handle the basketball too the way he does later in the season, that kid, I think he's going to be special. I really do. I think Missi's going to be special. So for Portland to take Missi, to pair him with Scoot, I love it. Miami Heat selecting Isaiah Collier from USC. Bronny James's teammate. How do y'all feel about Collier? I think Collier has a lot of things that you like. He's got length. He's tough. He's built like a box truck. He'll run you over. He'll go through you. I don't think he has the size to be able to finish inside unless he's just looking for fouls. I don't think he play makes quite well enough. Even though he can play make, I think he needs to be able to read a little bit better. That'll come in time. And I think he needs to be better defensively as well. Let's look at his college stats real quick. So for those that don't know, Sports Reference is one of my favorite places for college stats. One of my favorite places. One of my favorite stats in all of basketball is points per 100 possessions. What does that mean? That means how many points would a player score against you per 100 possessions, or how many points you would score per 100 possessions. Isaiah Collier's defensive rating per 100 possessions is 108.6. Anything above 101 to 103 is not great. 108 is not great at all. I can tell you that for a fact. If you want to be an elite defender, yo, Regdala, he's mid. I agree. Matas is mid. But as I was mentioning, on points per 100 possession, if you want to be a good defender, you want to be under 100. But in college, it gets a little skewed, right? Because you got better athletes. Hey, what's up, Archangel? Welcome to the ride, man. 13 of you just sitting here, vibing out, having a great time. I appreciate all of you. Don't forget to hit a like on the stream, and that helps YouTube push us out to more people so we can keep building this community. Matas, Buzelis? Yes, sir. Are you trying to help me with pronunciation? Everybody tries to help me with pronunciation. That's a fruitless endeavor, unfortunately. But I'll keep trying. I'll give it the old college try. Do you think Furphy will be a lottery pick? No, I don't think Furphy is a lottery pick. Philadelphia getting McCain is actually interesting. Oh, you're saying he's mid? Yeah, I hear you, Archangel. I hear you. 100%, man. 100%. He's more athletic than people give him credit for, though. How does Jarrett McCain fit in Philadelphia with, my God, why is his name escaping me at the moment? Every Miami Heat fan is still hurt over the fact that we drafted Precious Achiuwa over Maxey. Yeah, that's right. Over Tyrese Maxey. You can see I'm getting old. My brain is slowly turning into mush.
We do not care.
It would be interesting, man, because you'd have a very dynamic backcourt to go with Embiid. I think McCain would start for them. Oh, yeah, I agree, man. I love Sulawan's game. Absolutely love Sulawan's game. Yeah, they'd be a perfect fit. I agree. McCain and Maxey's kind of scary. That's kind of scary, dude. I agree. That's all right, Say Less. I appreciate you being here. There's never a late, there's only a right time, and that's right now. I mean, you're going to have to scroll up in the chat. You missed a lot, bro. There's some poll questions we got going on. Gave out some gifted memberships. Little draft talk about some players, you know. Jacoby Walter going to the Pelicans. Man, are they just building a full three-point sniping team? You already got Hawkins they drafted last year. Then you'd add Jacoby Walter to that. It's a lot of three-point shooting they're building over there. Yeah, I do. I remember that, Archangel. That's funny. But these mocks are going to be all over the place because they're always going to change. They're looking just for content and things to talk about. You don't think Philly passes on De Silva? I get where you're coming from. I love De Silva. De Silva is a great versatile piece. He can fit in with almost any team. Yeah, Tyler Smith. I mean, again, Tyler Smith would work off Embiid because of his shooting, and Embiid could help clean up because he can't play defense. So, I mean, it would work. Tobias Harris is the most overrated player in the entire NBA. Tyler Hero from the Miami Heat is Tobias Harris. They're spirit animals. They're the same person. You think the Raptors are going to take a chance on Kelly Ware at 19? It could happen. Cavaliers selected Keyshawn George. I mean, would he get minutes? Who's he going to play over in Cleveland? I don't like that at all. Give me 1 second. I got to put an order in for my girl real quick. Sometimes you just got to order them some food, you know? You like Tyson? Man, Jalen Tyson is a bucket. I love Jalen Tyson's game. Love Jalen Tyson's game. Eternal had some stuff to do, Say Less, so he couldn't make it. He said, you can catch us on playback on 5 Reasons Sports Friday night. We're going to do a playback session. I'll be on 5 Reasons with Eternal and Matt Hanifan. We're gonna talk Miami Heat NBA draft. One sec. All right, let's keep this thing rolling. So Tyler Smith to the Bucks. I actually like that a lot. Tyson can ball, but switching his team, him going to so many teams is so confusing. What's even more confusing is his answer out of the NBA Combine. He kind of just didn't answer. That's like Kelly Ware rolling his eyes about the motor issue. Nah, it's all good, Say Less. I know what you meant. Ooh, Tyler Kolek to the Suns is scary. They need a true point guard, man. Tyler Kolek to the Phoenix Suns is actually great for them. Absolutely great pickup for them. Zach Edey to the Pelicans. Kyle Filipkowski to the Knicks at 24. So this is my thing with the Tyler Smith in Milwaukee. I think they would take Filipkowski over Tyler Smith. I can't see Filipkowski getting past the Bucks. New York Knicks getting Deron Holmes. Wizards taking Bobby Klintman. Man, the Wizards want all the high upside guys, right? They went Koulibaly last year, which I love. And then they picked Bobby Klintman. That would be all upside. All upside, man. Let me ask you, I got another poll question for you, man. Because Bobby Klintman's polarizing too. The Wizards need a PG? I mean, they do, but they need everything. The Wizards need absolutely everything. Terrence Shannon to the Timberwolves. He's on trial right now for, like, sexual assault, isn't he? I don't know, man. Tyler Smith could fall. Or Terrence Shannon could fall, man. You love Bobby so much. I mean, I like Bobby. He has traits, right? Like, he's a fluid mover. He's really fast. He can shoot the ball. His basketball IQ isn't great, though. His defense isn't great. But he's a fluid mover, and he's got good size, and he can shoot.
Welcome to the club, buddy.
Appreciate all of you that have joined. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It lets me know you're there. It helps out the channel so we can keep growing. Make sure you interact in the chat, man. We have a great group of people that love talking NBA draft in the chat. They won't bite, I promise. Man, I am actually super, super high on Ulrich Chomchi. I don't think y'all even understand. I think he's going to be great, man. I think he's got such a bright future. Being so young, his size is legit. Ulrich Chomchi's legit 6'10" without shoes. He's got a 7'4" wingspan. His hands are enormous. I like Ulrich Chomchi. I'm higher on Misi than Chomchi. You already know that, Say Less. Why are you playing with me? But we'll put it on a poll. I'll put it to a poll. Let's let the chat decide. Can I put it on the poll? Let me see. Yeah, I can. All right, we're going to let them duke it out in the chat. Who's going to be the better player? Yves Misi or Ulrich Chomchi? Yeah, man, I mean, Dante has lots of attributes that you like. He's huge. He's got a huge wingspan. I haven't isolated him yet. Yeah, Buzelis can play, dude. Buzelis can play. I like him. Not Buzelis, sorry. Brazel. He is enormous reach. His wingspan is huge. Trevon, man, being only 6'9", he has a 7'4" wingspan. It's crazy. He's got crazy reach. Yeah, there's good quality depth throughout the entire draft. That's what I've been saying, though. Just because there isn't any generational talents in this draft, it doesn't mean that it's a bad draft. That's a misconception. There's just a lot of really good, solid players that can help your team win. Ryan Dunn going to the Celtics at 30. Bub going to the Raptors at 31. KJ Simpson to the Jazz. Now that's a dog right there. I love KJ Simpson's game, man. He's a dog. He tore it up at the NBA Combine. Was in complete command. Could take the ball to the rack. Was shooting. Man, he was a dog defensively. Harassing people full court. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. He said they can't draft. I hear you, Say Less. I hear you. The Milwaukee Bucks getting Furphy at 33. That's kind of a steal. The Blazers getting McCullough to go with Henderson. I mean, are they going to move somebody? Because don't they have they got Sharp and they got the other cat back there in the backcourt as well. Who else do they have? They're going to have a glut back there. Anthony Edwards, he's one of my lowest rated players in this entire draft. Justin Edwards is one of my lowest rated players in this entire draft. He's got a high ceiling because of his attributes. And he's so young, but man, is his shot ugly. His decisions are ugly. His finishing isn't great. I really don't like Justin Edwards' game. I'm going to be completely transparent and honest. Just a quick update on the poll. 67% say Messi. That's to be expected. Messi is the better talent. Go watch my video on Justin Edwards. You'll see why. Let me sip another bit of water right quick.
No! Stay with me! No! Stay with me!
Alright, I'm back. Had to sip a little water right there. The Indiana Pacers take Dylan Jones? That's tough. Here's the reason why I say that's tough. Dylan Jones is going to have to really be an offensive initiator. He's going to have to play more of that pseudo point guard role. And I don't think that's something that the Indiana Pacers actually need right now because they got Ben Shepherd they just drafted last year. He's going to slide into that TJ McConnell role. Edwards or Ware? Oh, no. Why you got to do that to me, Say Less? Why, bro? Why? That's rough. That's really rough. I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
I thought my jokes were bad. And I thought my jokes were bad.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The Timberwolves get in Shireman. That's a great pick at 37. Great value pick for Baylor Shireman at 37. Jamal Sheed to Houston. Or no, to New York. I can see that. He'd be a good backup point guard there. I still haven't broken down Melvin yet. I still have not broke down Melvin. I need to do that. Pacome going to the Trailblazers? No! Pacome's career is going to go to die there. I like Pacome. Nah, that's 6'8". I really haven't seen him play, Will. I haven't been able to I haven't taken the time to find his games, but I will do a video on him, I promise, before the June 26th draft. I just haven't broke him down yet. Jalen Wells, yeah, I see it. Pale Larson, I'm not a big fan of his, but I mean, he can flat out shoot. I like how they have Caravan mocked to the Miami Heat and he withdrew his name from the draft. That's pretty funny. AJ Johnson is so intriguing to me. He's really skinny, though. He's real skinny, dude. He's one of the lighter players in the draft, too. He's only 167 pounds. And for those that wasn't here earlier, you cannot go back to the NBA Combine and find a lot of guys, more than one or two, that were 170 pounds or less with small hands and succeeded in the NBA. There's not a lot of guys that have done that. He's got the second smallest hands and the second lowest weight. What do you think about that? Can they succeed being that small, those small of hands? AJ Johnson is tall, though. He's 6'4". He's got room for his frame to fill out. He's got a 6'8" wingspan. I like AJ Johnson. He's a good gamble at 44 if I'm Houston. Austin Reeves is intriguing if he goes undrafted, for sure. Yeah, for sure, but I don't think he's going undrafted. Hunter Silas going to 45 to Sacramento. Harrison Ingram at 46 feels late. I think Harrison Ingram's going to go a lot higher than that. Shoots too well from the perimeter. He's switchable defensively. He gives you toughness and size. I like Harrison Ingram. Peyton Sandford goes to Orlando. What do they how many more guards do the Orlando Magic need? How many guards can you fit on one roster? I don't know. I don't know if Post is going to get drafted. I really don't know, Adeem Bona to the Spurs. I actually like that for them. I'm not a big Bona fan, but Popovich can coach him up to get all those silly fouls out of him. Those moving screens. Fouls on shots he can't block. Chauncey ate his lunch at the Combine. You're going to see that when we do our Combine series on playback. Chauncey absolutely ate his lunch at the Combine, man. Took him behind the woodshed and beat him up. The Indiana Pacers getting Jalen Bridges. Yo, that's a great pickup for Indiana. Great pickup. If y'all haven't seen Jalen Bridges, watch my video. Jalen Bridges shoots 41% from 3. He's 6'7". Where's he at here? Jalen Bridges is 6'7", 6'10" wingspan, shoots 41% from 3, and 50% from the field. And he plays 31 minutes a night in college. He never came off the floor. Love that player. Great value pick for Indiana if they get him at 50. Cam Christie, he's an intriguing young developing player. Yeah, I think Furphy stays in the draft. He should. The Golden State Warriors take Coleman Hawkins from Illinois. Pistons take Trey Alexander. I don't like it. Boston taking Antonio Reeves. That's a Boston pick. Lakers taking Toppin, who withdrew from the draft. AJ Mitchell withdrew from the draft. Grizzlies taking Oso Ighodaro. And then finally, the Dallas Mavericks take Jonathan Mogbo. Jonathan Mogbo will go a lot higher than people realize. I think Mogbo is going to go a lot higher than people realize. Oh, he announced it. Furphy, no! I wonder if I can get a Adam Sandler back to school in here. Do I have any? Let's see. That is Adam Sandler.
Turkey for the...
Your mom doesn't.
I looked at my...
You blew it!
Hey, I gotta put that on there. You blew it! From Adams. That's Adam Sandler right there. There we go.
You blew it!
No, Furphy, you blew it! All right, let's talk about the Bronny James news, and we're going to put that on the poll. But first, we're going to end this poll. Yves Missi wins 67% to 33%. All right, here is the new poll question of the night. Is Bronny James a draftable player? Yes or no? Wait, what are you... Say less D. I have no idea what you're saying. Hold on. Oh, he will not go back to school. All right, Furphy. I like Furphy's game. I think he can translate in the NBA. Furphy will dunk on your head, dude. He'll absolutely dunk on your head. Don't get it twisted. I like Furphy. Yes, that's what I thought. Say less was confusing me, man. Got me thinking Furphy going back to school. Let me delete my comment before one of you post it. It's been deleted. All right, so let's talk about Bronny James for a second. He really didn't do much at USC. When he did get playing time, it wasn't very productive. He was a good defender on ball, struggled with his team defense at times, and he really didn't play make well enough to be a point guard. That's what he's going to have to do in the NBA at 6'1". I really don't see Bronny James being in the NBA as a contributor the same way I don't see Giannis Antetokounmpo being a contributor. To answer the poll question, Bronny is a bum? Man, that's harsh. Who's being victimized by his father's ambitions? Oh my God, you're a savage. Archangel, you're a savage. Yo, that's crazy. You almost cooked him as much as Kendrick Lamar.
She around certified. Must have on the beat. She around certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Whack, 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 whack.
Dang. On to Giannis's brother, dude. Thanasis Antetokounmpo. I mean, I don't know about that. Thanasis is pretty bad. You think Bronny's draftable but not in the first round? What player have we named you think Bronny James is better than? Hey, I got one right.
Stop the cap.
Maybe that should be the poll question. Wow. It was just a 50-50 on the poll. Now it's 60-40. Bronny is not a draftable player. Joe Curry, welcome to the stream. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. Exactly. He would need to go to a dream scenario that I can only see Cleveland or the Lakers doing by having LeBron on the team. I agree. The only way it happens is if LeBron is like, I will go to your team, or he made a deal with the Lakers for the Lakers to pick him. He doesn't go in any other scenario. He's not better than any of the players we just mentioned. Y'all focus too much on school resume. You think you can come back from a heart scare just to say less? I have no clue what you're talking about. This has nothing to do with his heart. I'm talking about his skill level. Even in high school, he was good, but he wasn't like jump off the page, one and done player good. He was never like that. I'm not sure where you're getting that from. Bronny should be in school developing. I agree 1,000%, man. Go back to school, hone your craft, get a good NIL deal. Not everyone will be a star. What's that got to do with anything? If he's not better than the 60 players we just mentioned, how's he getting drafted? What's his role? Say less, what's his role? Is he a point guard? Who's he beating off the dribble in the NBA? What kind of reads is he making in college that he's going to make in the NBA? He wasn't making any in college. Yeah, who's he not better than? Say less, you're talking reckless. Say less is talking reckless.
Hello there.
Okay, now that I got your...
Hey, you want to see something cool?
I'm going to give you a challenge. We're going to go in reverse. Say less. Would you draft Bronny James or Jonathan Mogbo? Would you draft Bronny James or Oso Ighodaro? He's not better than anybody we've mentioned, though, say less. Undrafted or otherwise. Bronny over Mogbo? You're crazy. It's not his heart per se, but at this point I agree that's scary, but it's his play. Exactly, it's his play. I mean, he's not a scrub, Joe, but he's not ready yet. He needs to hone his craft. He needs to get better. And that's okay. Not everybody's a one-and-done type of prospect. Is he better than... Yeah, I'm anti-AJ Mitchell, too. Good thing he went back to school. Is he better than Antonio Reeves? Dang, y'all are harsh on Bronny. Calling him a scrub. He may be pan out, but seriously, it's almost impossible to go into the league as a Stanley Johnson's career. Oh, that guy. He just couldn't put it together. He had so much talent, he couldn't put it together. Trey Alexander or Bronny James? You think Bronny is as good as Mario Chalmers? Mario Chalmers, NCAA champion Mario Chalmers? You're funny, say less. Trevon Buzelis. I'm terrible. Or Bronny. Cam Christie or Bronny. Jalen Bridges or Bronny. No. Hunter Silas or Bronny. AJ Johnson or Bronny. Pell Larson or Bronny. Pacome Diet or Bronny. Baylor Shireman or Bronny. Dylan Jones or Bronny. Joe, you're funny. I like you, man. You're a funny dude. Oh my goodness. Say less. I get what you're saying, man, but I think you're buying a little too much into the hype of Bronny being better than Mario Chalmers. Like, that's just wild to me. For as much flack as Rio got, man, Rio could ball. KJ Simpson or Bronny? I mean, I've been working for 8 hours today, so maybe I misunderstood you. That's very possible. All right, let's change the subject, though. I want to change the focus.
I am wondering, why are you here?
Let's change the focus. Stephon Castle said he only wants to be a point guard only. So that means any team, he said any team that already has an established point guard he doesn't want to go to. What does that do for his draft stock? Is he going to fall now? That's the question. Does Stefon Castle fall? Joe Curry, you're actually incorrect about that. See the championship game? Stefon Castle handled the ball against pressure really, really well. He broke the press really, really well. Stefon Castle can absolutely handle the ball. He needs to get over himself? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that too. He's coming off kind of as a diva already. Oh, you were talking about Bronny. Yeah, Bronny can defend, but even Bronny's defense, he has a lot of mental lapses at times. He definitely can't handle the ball against press, like you said. He has he's got good court vision, but he doesn't always make great decisions. But Stefon Castle, is he going to fall in the draft because teams are going to be not want to take him? Oh, Hawkins is going back to school? Man, SI needs to update their mock draft. All these kids went back. So that being said, if Portland is on the board and Stefon Castle is there, they already have Scoot Henderson. That means they're not going to take him. If a prospect like Wemby can keep him, guys like Castle have no business being a diva. Yeah, you got a point, man. Wemby's a generational talent. Would you take Reed Shepherd or Stefon Castle? Reed Shepherd or Stefon Castle? Okay, so if you take Reed, that means the next team is Memphis. The Grizzlies already have Ja Morant. The Grizzlies can't take him. The Utah Jazz already have Keontae George. The Jazz won't take him. Would they replace Cody White with Stefon Castle? Probably, right? Could Stefon Castle be the Chicago Bulls starting point guard? Yo, if Castle fell to Miami, it would be I would throw a party at my house. I would throw a party at my house if Castle fell to the Heat. You'd be hearing this all night long, dude. All night long. I would party and dance in the street. Castle's going to be a wizard? Yeah, I can see that happening. I really could. If he wants to play point guard, they need a point guard. He could go as high as 2, man. But would you take Castle or Razasher? Amos Jones! Welcome, welcome. I appreciate you stopping by. Welcome to the chat. Spam some emojis in the chat for Amos. I think Castle's going to be going to the wrong team like the Wizards or Blazers or Pistons will ruin his career because he needs support. Yeah, I hear you, but he's trying to dictate where he goes. Him and his agent already came out and said they will not go to a team that already has an established point guard because he wants to play point guard. Castle may be 7 to 17 in the draft, and he can fall, but most likely stays high. He's on a team with guards, and it's a good draft for bigs and wings. In my opinion, guards will fall. Ooh, I like where your head's at, Joe. That works out for my Miami Heat. OKC not passing on Castle. I hear you. I don't see that happening at all. Maybe. But it goes back to him wanting to play point guard. Let's just check on something really quick. All right, so Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is technically their point guard, and they have Cason Wallace. By definition, he can't go there because he only wants to play point guard. But they also have Cason Wallace, so Cason, I guess, comes off the bench in year 2. Yeah, I mean, it just makes it so complicated when him and his agent come out. And I don't know, you're underestimating Cason Wallace. Cason Wallace was playing big minutes in the playoffs as a rookie. Castle doesn't realize he's not even the best prospect at his position. I mean, it's a bold statement, man. It's a bold statement to make. I wouldn't advise him to make that statement. That's rough. 75% of you say yes, he'll fall in the draft. Wowzers. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. He's almost undraftable? No. Now you're going too far. You're going too far.
Do it.
You're going a little too far. I can't ride with you that far.
Stop the cap.
Castle devalued his stock to draft to Miami. Say less. We're on the same page. Let it happen. I'm with you. I would love to see that happen. Oh, Silas going back to school as well? That's a mistake, I think. Yeah, he's a combo guard, but he's claiming that he's a point guard only. That's what he's saying. He's saying, I'm a PG, I'm not a combo guard. His demands have to cease? We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting. Real quick, while I have time, because I'm going to wrap it up here in the next 9 minutes. Don't forget to go to Playback and subscribe to that. It's free of charge. And we go through full games. We watch a full game of these prospects. So I'm going to put this back in the chat. Yeah, Bronny is staying. Yes, he is. So we'll be able to watch full games together and go through these prospects in a lot greater detail on playback.tv/hoops profile. So we're going to start doing that. We're going to do the NBA Combine series. We dropped 5 gifted gifted memberships in the chat. Don't forget to say thank you if you got one of those. If anybody drops a gifted membership in the chat, definitely say thank you to that. Channel members get access to all of our video content early. So I appreciate all the support. Another thing is, man, we've got thousands of lurkers that watch this channel but aren't subscribed. Please subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. It helps me get in that mysterious algorithm, and my content gets pushed out to more people, the more subscribers and interaction I have on my channel. Also, the theory behind the gifted memberships is, because I have nothing to do with the gifted, the YouTube algorithm decides who gets the gifted. So the theory is the more you interact with the channel, that's who gets the gifted. So don't forget about that as well. You could see Portland trading Simons. I mean, Joe Cronin's not a very good GM. I could see him doing anything. Anything's on the table with Cronin. Castle reminds me of a young Lonzo Ball. Not really, though. I can see where you're going with that. I think Castle's a much more fluid athlete. He's a lot more on his toes and a lot more explosive. Lonzo is a very flat-footed player. But he won't go to Portland because they drafted Scoot Henderson. He wouldn't play in Portland. He already said that. He will only go to a team that doesn't have an established point guard. Right. Yeah, I hear you. Give me 1 second. All right, I have returned. Thanks for bearing with me there.
No, stay with me.
I just mean that if he's there at 7, they will probably pass on him. Oh, I get what you're saying. I think people are really underrating Zachary Rise-a-Share. I think they really are. I think he's dynamite, man. I think he's going to be a great player. Not a generational talent, but I think he can be an all-star for you. I think he's a really, really good player. That's going to be our last poll question for the night, real quick. Let me get that one put up there for you. All right. So the poll question is Zachary Rise-a-Share underrated? Yes or no? Simple. I love everything about his game, man. I wish I had measurables on him. Wingspan, height, weight, and all that. But that dude can really shoot the rock. He is explosive. He is fast. He can move his feet. Gets into passing lanes. He doesn't really play lockdown defense. He needs to get better defensively. But he can take the ball to the rack. He's a very good passer. He plays within the system well. He'll back cut you. I'm really high on him, and I've been hearing a lot of people say he's a weaker prospect for a lottery pick. I completely disagree. I completely disagree on that. I think he's a great player. I think he's a great prospect. I can see him becoming either a Rasheed Wallace type or a bust. Who are you talking about, Jones? Who's a Rasheed Wallace type or a bust? Who are we referring to? Rise-a-Share? Oh, yeah, man. I mean, I don't think he's going to be a bust, dude. I really don't. I think he's got such a high upside. You forget how young this kid is. He's only 18, 19 years old. He's got all the upside in the world. I really don't think he's going to be a bust. He's got a higher floor than I think people are giving him credit for. He should be picked with the first few picks, but could fall to about 12. Joe, I'd be willing to bet a house that he doesn't fall past 10. He doesn't fall out of the top 10. I don't see that at all. At all, in any way, shape, or form. I don't see any scenario that he falls outside the top 10. Yeah, no, I know you understand that. I'm not trying to talk down to you. I'm just trying to say the amount of upside he has and how good he is and his feel for the game at that age, it's something special. It's really something special. that's the same that can be said for Pacome, man. Him and Pacome went head-to-head. I did a breakdown, I believe, on a game they went head-to-head, and Pacome offensively held his own against Zachary or Zakari. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it there, but Pacome really lit it up offensively in that game. So there's a lot of good players coming out of France, man. I don't know what they're putting in the water, but they got some players coming out of France. You've seen good guys that play like him become bust. When you say play like him, what do you mean play like him? Like what tangible aspects of his game are you pointing to? Yeah, I like both of those young guys. I agree, Archangel. I like Zachary and I like Pacome. I like them both. All right, guys. Well, that is it for me today. That's all the time I have left on the stream, man. I've been working for 8 hours, and then I did this stream from 8:30 to 10. So I am going to get some R&R and relaxation. You can find me on Playback TV on 5 Reasons Sports on Friday night. We're going to talk about the Miami Heat draft, and we're going to go through the guards, I believe, and we're going to talk about them. So I really appreciate everybody that stopped by. Appreciate all your comments, all your likes on the stream. I'm blown away at the support and community that we're building. I'm really trying to do something special here at Hoops Profile. I'm really trying to build a community where we can talk draft. I want to start a Discord server for the entire NBA community as a whole from our channel. And it'll be something that you'll be able to get access to. I'm trying to set it up. The way I want to set it up is that all the subscribers are going to have access to a base level. And then our channel members will have access to a special, they'll have channel member things they get for being channel members. I'm also doing, channel members are getting inside tidbits on players. Like I posted some commentary on Chauncey cut-ups that's not available to the public. That's only available to channel members. So don't forget, you can also become a channel member by just hitting that join button, or you can drop gifteds if you want to bless somebody else with a gifted. So I really appreciate all of you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Also, there's that super chat button. So during these live streams, if you want to make sure your message gets read and it gets pinned to the top of the chat for everybody to see, that's the super chat. So don't forget you can do that as well. All right, I'm out. Peace.
Let's go home. Let's go home. Say goodbye. Say goodbye.
Do it.
Let's go home.